This is Dan Rogers, your host on We the People Town Square, coming to you from the center of the universe, the high plains of Texas, near the headwaters of the Prairie Dog Town fork of the Red River. Today is January the 14th of 2024, and today we're here with Brian Bailey, who's running for County Commissioner, Place 1 in Randall County.
Yes, sir.
Brian, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate this.
Let's tell the voters why you're running for County Commissioner.
It's a good question, and I get asked that a lot. You know, I have the ear and I have the experience. What I mean by I have the ear is we've been afforded the opportunity to have a business in Randall County, right dead center in Precinct 1. It's called Shark Beach Burgers. Not throwing a plug for that, but we have probably 1,500 to 3,000 people that come out there a week. So I definitely have the ear of the people. And I have the experience. I have about 35 years in business, building the business, selling the business, creating business, hundreds of employees. I have experience with large budgets. We can go way more into that later, but I have the experience to do. And I mean, if you look at Randall County, what is it? It's a business. So you've got 174,000 people there. You have, I don't know my facts, they're all right there, but you have 40 million in debt. You got 550 employees. You've got 800 miles of roads. You've got a business, and you need to maintain this business. So I think I would do very well at that. And if you look at government, ask yourself, what is the best government? It's the government that's closest to the people. That's right. I am close to the people, and I have the ear of the people. So if I'm elected, let me tell you what, if you're looking for your county commissioner, if you're wondering where he is, if you have questions or concerns, I live there and I work there. That's why I'm running.
So you want to serve the people of Randall County?
Absolutely. I want to serve the people of Randall County.
And most particularly Precinct 1, because you live there and you have a business there.
That's right. And then you got another question. I can expand on that a little bit
go
as
ahead.
well. So when my wife and I decided to run for this office, we prayerfully considered this. I don't just jump into things. And when we decided we were going to do it, I'm a dog with a bone, and I really am. So I started researching, what does a county commissioner do? What are their responsibilities? And the best way to find those things out is to go to the source. So I called every county commissioner there is there. I talked to Tim Bolter. I talked to Rusty Carnes, who's not going to run again. That's the chair that's going to be open. I talked to Bob Robinson. I talked to Eric Berry. And then I talked to Judge Christy Dyer. And when I say I talked to them, I either met with them or talked to them on the phone. 3 of them I sat with them for over an hour. These are great people. We have a great county commissioner staff. Our commissioner's court is amazing. They've done a great job. As I said a little earlier, we have 40 million in debt, which relatively speaking for a county of this size is nothing. They're not just spend happy. They take things seriously. I think they're anticipating the growth, which Randall County has enjoyed growing consistently for years. So I think they're anticipating the challenges that are going to come with that. You're going to have adequate police and fire that we're paying those guys enough to keep them there. The infrastructure, you're going to have water challenges, growth challenges, zoning challenges. You're dealing with department heads all the time. They are great people. Most importantly, though, it is a very conservative court, and it is imperative that we fill that seat with somebody that is conservative.
Well, I wish some of that could rub off on Potter County.
Yeah, you and I had a conversation about that, and you cleared up some answers. But yeah, to put it into perspective, I mean, Randall County's growing.
Yeah,
Potter's not.
Potter's shrinking.
It is shrinking. And why? Let's have that conversation. Why is Randall County growing? It's growing because they're conservative, and they don't just throw money around. And it is a safe environment. Our law enforcement, our fire. We had a situation out there with the wind a couple days ago, and it pretty much took Shark Beach off the map as far as the beach go. Restaurants still open, but it killed the beach. Randall County my citizens, my constituents, if I get elected, my neighbors, my community, the outpouring of love was emotional. It was insane. We had hundreds, literally hundreds of people come out there, call us, Facebook Messenger us, call me on the phone, text us, wanting to help. I don't think that's normal. When we moved out here 4 years ago, where I came from, South Padre Island, for 18 years, it's a good environment. It's got a beach. It's fun. But let me tell you, the people were not like here. People kind of want to grumble and complain that Amarillo has bad weather and blah, blah. Amarillo is amazing. Randall County is amazing. And my family has fallen in love with this place. We love it. And just that outpouring of what can we do to help, it was amazing.
Well, I think sometimes when people come in, they see stuff that we take for granted, you know.
I think you're right. I do think you're right about that. So, I mean, look at Randall County. When I drive around, people let me into traffic. Mm-hmm. They hold the door open for you. I can be sitting at Walmart, and they're not dropping the F-bomb in front of my wife. People here are different. It's amazing.
Yeah. So what made you decide to take on this challenge?
So I do love a challenge. I love business. I love to grow things, like to sell things. And when we got here, it was about 4 years ago, and we came here to sell the place. We had sold our business on the island, and we were going to stop here. My mother-in-law had that place, and it had a lot of damage, and she had passed away. So my wife goes, well, let's go to Amarillo and sell my mama's place, and then we'll continue on our journey and see what the Lord had in store for us. And when we got here, COVID hit. And when COVID hit, you remember that. There's no more roaming around. So we got stuck here. And I had a little pity party with myself and with the Lord for about 3 months. And I was battling a tiny bit with depression, which I never do. And I was like, okay, Lord, what did I do? But as the Lord often does in my life, my plan is not his plan. And he turned in what I thought was a bad deal into a great blessing. And I fell in love with the people. And my wife goes, okay, you're a full-grown man. You need a purpose or you're going to get in trouble. You need to do something. And I said, you're right about that, babe. So I was there with my boys, and we thought, well, let's put a roof back on this burger place and sell some burgers. Community's going to need a place to eat. And it's a drive-through, which that's pretty much all you could do. Then after the first year, I thought, well, I want to do something more. So we said, well, let's bring the beach to Amarillo. So we did, and we've doubled it every year. And the people that we get out there are amazing. And, you know, those people are my neighbors, as I said, and they're my friends. And I do have their ear. If you've ever been to Shark Beach, you'll testify that I try to talk to every person that comes out there. I do. I want them to know I'm not taking them for granted. I appreciate their business, and they're my friends.
Well, that's great. So you pretty much know the role of the commissioner's job. You've done some studying on that and think you can do a good job. And you're going to have a competitor. So there's two people in this race. Why do you think they should choose you over your opponent?
So look, I've recently met Rick Cooper, and he's my brother in Christ. He's a good man, comes from a good family. I think, actually, I told Rick this, I think we share the same sin. I think we both have a little bit too much pride in our kids. But, you know, I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. But he's a good man. He is. And he's got a good experience as well. But I think I have far more business experience. I've been an employer. My understanding is he's been an employee, and he's done a phenomenal job coaching at WT. He's won championships. So he's very involved in that. I'm not minimizing the business that it would take to work at a university. But I myself have had hundreds of employees that I am responsible for. I was never guaranteed a check. I had to pay. I really had to watch the budgets, because if I run out of money, I run out of money. So I think he would do a good job. I think that I would do a better job because of the fact I have the ear of the people. He's retired. I'm not. I'm working there. If you want to see your county commissioner, you come there and you'll find your commissioner. I have easy access to me. But my freedom that I have with my boys working there, my wife's there, we have great employees, managers. I do have a great flexibility of schedule. I'm not naive in thinking that, oh yeah, this is going to take a lot of time. I don't do anything halfway. If I get elected county commissioner, I will be full-time at county commissioner. But that's the answer to my question. I think Rick Cooper is an outstanding guy.
Do you have a website or?
We don't have a website. We have a Facebook page, and the people in Precinct 1, you know where I'm at. So if you want to, I'm there all the time too. So if you want to sit down with me on the porch or you have questions, you let me know. I'd love to meet you if I haven't already.
So those few people don't know where your business is, you want to tell them where it's at?
Sure, it's on the Old Cloud Highway between Washington and Osage. Look for a huge lifeguard tower. Well, it's got blown over, but I'll have that thing up next week. I would have said look for the big white tent, but yeah, it got destroyed too. But,
yeah. Well, that's the wind. Every now and then it happens.
Yeah, it does. Yep. True that.
But could be worse.
Yep. Well,
I'd rather have a little wind than a fire.
Yep, and the people make up for the weather here. You know, I occasionally get a comment, people go, why did you move here? And I look at them and I go, if it's that bad, why do you live here? You know, because Amarillo is amazing. It truly is an amazing place, and I love the people. It's weird, I know, but I do.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I love them.
I had to go to Colorado a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, all those mountains, and I'm like, I was happy to get back here where I think it's much prettier than the mountains because we have the canyon, the Palo Canyon.
Yep, true.
To me, that blows the mountains away.
Yep.
But it's just different. People have different perspectives.
It's true.
But I always say there's something to be said for living where most people don't.
True. I do want to put a plug in for Randall County Fire Department and the Randall County Sheriff's Department. When we had that accident, it blew 4 roofs off of the beach, and one of them landed right in the power lines. Ooh. The response of the emergency personnel people that came out there, I thought it was an episode of Star Trek, and they just beamed them there. I mean, they were there so quickly, and they're so professional and so helpful. So helpful. I mean, we have great EMS people. I mean, amazing. So I almost caught that building on fire when we first moved here. They were there. That was at 1 a.m. or something. They put it out. So I'm very impressed with the police and fire out here.
Yeah, I think Randall County's kind of got it together.
They do. So.
Well, we want to commend you for sticking your neck out there and throwing your hat in the ring for public service. You know, I know that takes some courage, you know, because it's an unknown, right?
Yep.
And a lot of people don't have that courage. So we want to thank you for doing that and wish you good luck on the campaign trail. And is there anything else you'd like to tell the voters before we wrap it up?
I'd just like to say I would be honored if you elect me as your county commissioner. I will be thoroughly involved in every decision, and if you guys have questions, concerns, you need to reach your county commissioner, or you will know where to find me. And I think if you've watched our business and how we've grown the business, I think that proves my work ethic. You've probably met me, I hope, if you know where our business is. But please, if you haven't met me, I'd love for you to come out there or call the business, and I'll come to you. So I'd love their vote.
Very good.
Thanks for doing this, too.
No
this
problem.
is a blessing to people. So,
well, to me, it's a way to level the playing field and get it out to the voters equally and let them make the decision, because I trust the voters 100%. They make the right decisions.
I agree.
But we got to let them do it.
Yep, I agree, too. So yep. I would like to add one more thing. Sorry, can we have time?
Sure.
So, Kennedy was asked one time, what religion are you? And he goes, I'm Catholic, but don't worry, it won't affect the way I govern. I'm a born-again Christian. I've been a Christian my whole life. I love the Lord Jesus with all my heart. My family, my boys, it's a big deal to us. If I'm elected, my faith will greatly affect the way I govern, because those conservative boxes, you keep checking them. I am very conservative. Say, hypothetically speaking, it came to the commissioner's court that we need to be a little more progressive, a little more understanding. We need to make these county bathrooms gender friendly. Let me tell you what my stance would be on that. We were created in the image of God, man and woman. And if you don't know which bathroom to use, you go outside, because we would have a man and a woman bathroom. That's just one topic of many with this woke, crazy, psychotic things that they're introducing. Randall County is extremely conservative, and it needs to stay that way.
I agree with you.
And I'll do everything I can, let me tell you, if I get elected.
Well, I think you used the right word. It's psychotic.
It is.
What they're doing. And they're pushing this stuff on people, and the people need to stand up and push back.
They do.
It's because we have the responsibility to do that. It's our responsibility to stand up and say no. And if we don't, they can take everything we got.
Wholeheartedly agree with that. We need to stop walking with paralysis and being in fear that we're going to offend somebody. Those days are over. If I offend somebody with my Christian values, I'm sorry, forgive me, but I'm not changing. We need to stand up. And this is how I can get involved, and I will.
Very good. Very good. Well, thanks for coming. And
Thank you.
Good luck on the trail.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you, voters. Go vote.